everyone. Whoa, what is this? Today, I'm in the kitchen. Excuse the mess, right? There might be, like in Chris's video, there might be people walking in, they don't know I'm shooting a video. Just got back from the farmer's market. I'm a beautiful assistant. You want to show yourself, beautiful assistant? Is here. We just got back from the farmer's market at Fort Mason, and they always have beautiful stuff. The lines were crazy because everybody was keeping their distance. So, but on Wednesday, I know you guys are in the San Mateo, Redwood City area, but at Fort Mason, if you want some beautiful fresh air from the ocean, it's out there. Wednesday, 9:30 to 1:30-ish. Alright, so last week you guys may have saw on my Facebook that I was cooking fish. This is called Benzino. So it's the family of trout, less bones. Rhonda commented on, you gotta make sure that those fish eyes are clear. That means they're fresh. Alright? They shouldn't smell fishy, but they should smell kind of like a salty. Slight fish. You know, like you're by the ocean and you see like algae near that. You get me. You get me. Alright. So I already prepped stuff for this. So right now what I'm going to do is just place it all together. So the way I'm going to cook this is it's going to go on the grill. Alright. But, so I have this little bad guy. Good thing I saw how it's placed, because that's how it's supposed to be right here. I got foil, but I got parchment paper, so I want a protection, because I don't want all that aluminum going into my body, so then I'm using the parchment paper. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so the first thing, remember, if you touch the fish, you want one fish hand, and you want the other hand to be putting on all the ingredients. But I'm next to a sink, so I can just wash my hands or rinse it real fast. Why are you smiling?
Sharon is watching and I waved at her.
Hey Sharon! Alright. So, I already effed up. Alright. So what I'm going to do, I rinsed off the fish. I'm going to season with some salt. Salt, blah, blah, blah. Some salt in there. This is also, last week I individually wrapped it. This week I'm just going to put it all up in this basket, but I'm going to add a little bit of stuff. So remember, my left hand is the ingredients hand, the right hand is the fish hand. So I'm going to put in some ginger in that cavity area, and I'm going to spray some on top. Alright. Maybe some piece of garlic, some red onion, maybe a piece of lemon. Alright. It doesn't have to be super neat. Ah! I touched it! It's alright. It's alright, everybody. I'm washing my hands. Not 20 seconds, though. I don't really care. I'm not touching people. Alright. So, going to the next fish. I'm going to do it all. I'm going to salt. This is sea salt. This is Celtic sea salt. I'm going to salt that bad boy. I'm going to put some garlic. I'm going to put some ginger. Put some onions. I'll put a lemon, maybe, yeah, lemon in there. Alright. I have herbs, but I'm going to put that in last. Let's go. Thank you, person. Salt. I grabbed a little too much, but it's alright. There's no science to this. There's no recipe that I looked up. I just said, hey, that fish looks really nice. And I asked my local fishmonger, what is it? Because I didn't know what it was at first. And he was like, it's Benzino. And I was like, oh. what's Benzino like? And he was like, it's like a trout. So I'm familiar with trout, and those of you, maybe Lori doesn't really like trout, but it doesn't taste exactly like trout. It's from the trout family. It tastes nice. I would call it a clean flavor, but I also did grow up eating lots of fish. So from the Philippines, from the islands, so we eat a lot of fish. But this is not a fishy fish. It's on the lighter side. I'd say like salmon, sardines, mackerel. Those are fishy. Those are fishy fish. Like the smells and the tastes. This one's a lighter fish. This is closer to the. I mean, I feel like it's more flavorful than tilapia. Hey, Vanessa. So this is. I'm making sure I'm covering it with all salt because this is sea salt. So it's not the regular table salt. It's not gonna affect your blood pressure. It actually is better for the body, and it could actually make blood pressure a little bit better. But I won't go into that science right now. I'll just let Rhonda know later because she likes how I go sciencey. Just kidding, she doesn't. She doesn't like it. Alright, so I was able to stuff all of that with these guys. Oh, I forgot some lemons in a couple of them. Alright, so there is no real science to this, like I was saying. I'm going to rinse my hands again. I like to put a towel on my shoulder because I'm cool. Just kidding. No, because you always have to wipe your hands anyway. I don't have an apron. I wish I did. So I have a couple of stuff that's all left over, and I have my herbs here. Check out these. So I have an herb box, and this is how I keep my herbs in little paper towels wrapped in the same box. And so I have to use up some of them during the week. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab some cilantro or coriander, depending on who you are. I'm going to sprinkle that on top. You could stuff it if you wanted to, but I'm being lazy today, so I'm just going to sprinkle that on top. Does that look good? I think that's fine because I'm going to make a dressing with this anyway. What I'm going to do now is I have a couple of more ginger or garlic, so I smashed my garlic, peeled it. I'm going to throw that on top. Doesn't matter where it's at. What I did with my lemon, I cut a whole lemon and I left a little bit on the end, so guess what? I gotta squeeze that lemon on there. And because it's just gonna kind of steam, right? So I'm gonna leave those lemons in there. I'm gonna add the rest of this lemons, right? Anyone else hop on? I got some dill. What's up, Charlene? This is Benzino. I just went to the farmer's market. Alright, I'm taking the dill that I have. It doesn't matter what herbs you use. Doesn't really matter. I mean, the basic salt. I'm going to add pepper a little bit later. Garlic's always good. You could add whatever you want. Onions are always good in there. I'm going to add more onions that I have. I'm going to sprinkle that all on top. Alright. And I love ginger, and ginger is great for those achy joints, for that inflammation. Alright, so I think that's all my herbs. That's my onions, my ginger. I'm going to pepper this bad boy. I love pepper. My family loves pepper. So again, I'm not cooking this just for myself. I got about 10 people eating today. So it's 5 fish. I don't think it's enough, but we got rice. So, and bacon from the farmer's market. Good local bacon. All right. So I'm gonna add a little bit more salt because the sea salt has a whole bunch of minerals that we need in our body so that everything works right. Alright, and the last thing that I love, you need, so what they're saying, what you're hearing about is things that affect the immune system. But one thing that specifically will help cells replicate well, so you need cells to be healthy so that you could support your immune system, but all other processes in the body. And good fats is the stuff that surrounds those cells, right? And so anything that I do, anything that I eat, I ask myself, is this healthy for my cells? And that may be a little bit too much for most people, but that's what I ask myself. So I'm adding some organic coconut oil to the top of this. So this is a good fat. So we want good fat in our body. And those of you that are doing your Pro Coach lessons, right? If you're on Pro Coach, because everyone should, I added everyone. And you're probably not there yet if you're new, but if you've already been in our program for about 3 months or so, 2 months maybe, you'll learn about the good fats that you can add to your diet. So this coconut oil also adds a little bit of sweetness to this, and I really love it. My mom, she grew up in the Philippines where coconuts were used for everything. Oil, food, everything. So she doesn't really like coconut flavor, but I'm not going to tell her it's in here. Last time she had it last week, she loved it. She didn't say anything about that coconut flavor. Alright, so everything's all good. I'm going to wash my hands again. And the great thing about this basket is that it holds everything else in. Grab a little bit more foil. So this is going to steam. I want to make sure that everything is covered. A little steam coming out is fine. But what I'm going to do, so depending put it in a dish like this. It's the fish juices. So if you do this in the oven, you could wrap that all up. You could set the oven at 350, and I'd say if you're at 350 or 375, I'd give it about 30 to 45 minutes, but at 30 minutes you should check it. You open it up, be careful of the steam, but as long as when you take a fork to it, it just falls off, alright? The steam's gonna fully cook it. You don't need to flip it or anything. I'm putting this on my barbecue grill, and I'm gonna have a low fire going. I'm gonna probably put this because the oven it's gonna keep the heat in, and it's gonna cook a little bit more evenly. And last week it took about 45 minutes to an hour to actually steam this fish, but it really depends. There's no real recipe for this. I just did this because I saw a good looking fish, and I wanted to create a recipe. Say you do like fish, I could help you find a farmer's market near you, because the farmer's markets are going to be the better places of getting your produce. Fresher things that like, I bought a whole bunch of meat. We bought some really good bacon. Mushrooms, great for supporting that immune system, but you're going to want to go to those farmers markets, those open air markets, and what they're doing over there is making sure some of them have gloves, so if you want to bring your gloves, but they're keeping their distance in line. There's not a lot of people picking up things and putting them down, only because things are a lot more fresh. And as you know, Chris and I always say it, the fresher or more organic produce is going to have more nutrients, micronutrients. Same thing with grass-fed or pasture-raised animals. They're going to have those zoo nutrients, those minerals, everything that we need to support our immune system. And our immune system shouldn't be the only immune system that we're thinking.